Hello everyone! In this video I'll show you a cool do-it-yourself project using an old oven rack. We mark the edges and cut the parts so that they look like the letter U. Now we need to cut off the top and bottom rods. And finally, we need to cut off all the crossbars. This is how everything should turn out. You need to separate the remaining parts of the crossbars from the side rods. Now you need to mark this rod every 3 centimeters. Next, according to the markings, you need to make shallow cuts. You need to widen the cuts using a round file, and after that clean the rod with sandpaper. And you need to do the same steps with the second part of the U-shaped rod. Now take the top and bottom rods and also separate the remaining parts of the crossbars from them. They are easily separated using a chisel. Off camera, I cleaned the rods of rust. Now they need to be cut in half. After that, each part of the rod needs to be clamped in a vise and a notch should be made on it. The made notch needs to be widened using a chisel. We bend it a little using pliers so that we get a forked shape. The other end of the rod needs to be sharpened. You should end up with 4 pieces like this. You also need to remove parts of the rod from the thin crossbars. Each crossbar needs to be bent into a ring on one side. For this, I clamped a bolt with a drilled hole in a vise. This is how everything should turn out. Next, you'll need a piece of plastic pipe and 2 necks from a large plastic bottle. You need to glue them to each end of the pipe. This will make a case for storing and carrying our homemade device. Now put all the parts from the grill into the case. As you can see, everything fits and doesn't take up much space. And now let's move on to testing the homemade device itself. I think at this point many of you have already realized that this turned out to be a collapsible grill. This homemade device is convenient to take with you on camping trips because it's collapsible and doesn't take up much space. After the firewood has burned down, we set up the supports near the heat. We immediately place one crossbar on the supports, and on the second one we first need to put on the rods with rings. This is how it should look. Now we also place it on the supports. Each rod needs to be placed into the made groove, and after that, you can put the meat on the grill. Thanks to this design, all the rods are held very securely, they don't spread apart or fall through. Unlike store-bought and grill racks, this is much better because it can be disassembled to minimal size and it's convenient to take with you. The distance between the rods could be made even smaller, about 2 centimeters, but then less meat would fit on the rack. Overall, I think the homemade item turned out great. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell. Thanks for watching and goodbye all.